Hi, welcome back. In this video, what we'll do is we will model electrical systems. But before we do that, it's very important that those electrical switches, those electrical receptacles and lights should be inserted in our architectural model rather than in MEP. And then we'll get that to the linked model and we'll copy monitor and then we'll create circuits for the control and power. So let's go back to our architecture model. So this is our architecture model. Let's insert our CAD file, import CAD, the CAD file that we are using for electrical systems, MEP, open. Once this opens, let's align it, click on it. As always, we have to unpin it before we move it. Let's go to move. Let's move this point of displacement to this point of displacement right here. Snap override. We want to select intersection right here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the first floor ceiling level. As you can see here, we do not see that CAD file here. So let's go back to first floor and let's bring this CAD file and give it an offset of 8 feet so that we can see it here in the ceiling. Okay, and let's go back to our first floor ceiling. Now we have to go back and change the visibility. So I switched off everything but electrical and ceiling, and as you can see here, this is the ceiling that we have here and this is the ceiling that the CAD file has. So we have to adjust the ceiling. Let's click on one grid and go to modify, say move. So let's move this grid to this line so it aligns. Let's move this grid to align with our CAD file here like this. Okay, once that is done, let's go ahead and insert light fixtures. So click on system and under electrical, go to lighting fixture, say yes, we want to load a family, go to lighting, go to MEP, internal 2x4 truffle light, click OK. So let's select the right voltage, let's say 120 voltage. When you do that, right now under placement, it's place on vertical face is selected and that's why it will not show you that. So let's click on place on a face, and now this will show up. So hit your space bar to orient it and let's put it one here approximately and one on this grid, and then come here and let's put horizontally between these two grids one light, then vertically here one over here and one somewhere here. We can move it further. So let's go ahead and adjust them. Make sure that they are aligned with the grid. This is fine. This light is a little bit in misalignment. So let's move it. Go to modify. Let's click on this light. Move it from here to here. Okay, so this is aligned. Make sure that these are aligned. To save you some time, what I did was I aligned all the lights that we inserted to the ceiling, and I also copied them using select all instances and copying them to the clipboard and pasting them aligned to selected levels. Now what we'll do is we'll go to first floor ceiling and click on the CAD file and we have to bring it back to the first floor, because now what we want to do is we want to insert these receptacles. Let's go back to system and let's go back to device, click on electrical fixture, load a family, go to electrical, go to MEP and then electrical power. We have to go to terminals and then what we have to select is a simple duplex receptacle right here. Okay, so click OK, click open. Right now it's duplex with GFCI. We will not be using this. Okay, so make sure that we use standard. GFCI will be using only where we need a GFCI, which is in spaces such as restrooms, pantries or kitchens where there is use of water. But for now, let's insert these roughly in the position. So 1, 2, click on modify. Let's go back to insert and load a family of switches. So go to MEP, electrical power, and then terminals. And let's click on lighting switches. This is what we want. So click open, go to systems, devices, and lighting switches. So when you go here, These are the lighting switches that are available. We don't want a three-way, but we want a single pole. So let's click on a single pole, and there is a switch right here. So let's insert a switch here. So this switch will control these lights, and there's one switch over here on this wall which will control this light. There's one switch over here, and we have to go back. We also need a GFCI, one outside and one inside. So let's click and select a GFCI switch, which is outside here, and there's one GFCI inside somewhere here. Click on modify, and again, to save time, I will insert these switches and receptacle on the second floor. I inserted all the receptacles or duplay and switches on first floor and also on second floor. Okay, so right now we have all the switches, all receptacles and all lights inserted in our architecture model. So let's save it, and let's open our MEP project again. So now when it opens, now you can see all those fixtures that we inserted are now visible in the 3D view. So what we need to do, we go to collaborate and we click on copy monitor, select link. So let's click on it. Let's click on copy multiple. Let's select the entire model. Go to filter. We just want electrical fixtures, lighting devices and lighting fixtures. These three things. Click apply, click OK. Let's finish. Let's go back to copy monitor and finish again. So now when I click on these, you see that sign of monitor. That means it is copied, that means being monitored. So let's go back to our electrical power plants, first floor electrical. So just like our HVAC, in which we created a system of duct, now we have to create a system of circuit. So we'll be creating two types of circuit. One is control circuit, one is a power circuit. So in order to create a power circuit, we need a panel board. There are two panel boards, one on each floor. So let's say on first floor, there is a panel board below a staircase right here. So let's go to system, under electrical, click on electrical equipment. Let's load a family, go to electrical, MEP, electrical power, and let's click on distribution, 208 volt MCB. Click open, and let's place it right here in this wall. Let's go back to second floor and let's insert a panel board here, system, electrical equipment, and let's insert a panel board right here. So this panel board that we just inserted is supplying power to our lights as well as to our receptacle. So just like HVAC component, let's click on one of the light, and now you see there are two types of system that we can create. One is a power and one is a switch. Okay, so let's first create a power circuit. So click on power and then click on edit circuit, and just like in HVAC, when we actually added those diffusers to the duct system, we can add to the circuit the remaining lights. So let's select all the lights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. All these lights will be getting power, and now select panel. So click on select panel and tell the program that this is the panel which will be supplying power to these lights. Click on finish editing circuit. So now if I go here and hit tab, you see that it shows that all these lights are connected, and you see that arrow showing here. If I go here, hover my mouse, hit tab, I can click and I can say that convert to wire, arc wire, and now you see that the connection is shown here. That all the lights are getting power from this panel board. Once that is done, let's click on one of the receptacle, okay, and you can create multiple circuits actually. So click on this and say create a power system. Let's edit circuit, add to circuit, this. Let's say this has one circuit, these 4 receptacles, okay, and let's select a panel. Let's select this panel that we just used. Click finish circuit, and if I come here and if I hit tab, you can see that all these 4 have a circuit and connected to this. You can do the same for each room. Create power circuit, edit a circuit, edit, and add it. Select a panel, and that is the panel that we want to select, which is this finish editing system. If I come here and hit tab, these are connected. We'll do the same for this room. Create another power circuit, edit circuit. We want to add this. We want to use panel as the most recently used finish editing system, and if I come here, hover my mouse, hit tab, it shows that. Same we'll do here, finish editing system. We have to make sure that this also becomes a part of the circuit. So let's click on this. We should have actually selected this. So let's electrical circuit, edit circuit, and add to circuit this one, finish editing system. So if I come here and hover my mouse and hit tab, so all the lights and all the receptacles are connected to this panel board. So they will be getting power from this panel board. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 receptacle circuits, and there will be 1 lighting circuit. So total of 6 circuits will be getting power from this panel board. Now let's go ahead and select this light again, and because we already created a power circuit, the only option that we have is create switch system. So click on switch system, and you will say edit switch system, and you will add this light to that, and then now you will select a switch. So a switch that will control these 2 lights. So click on select switch, and then select this switch and say finish editing system. So what we just did, this switch will be controlling these 2 lights. So if I hover my mouse here and hit tab, you see that control shows here. Similarly, if I come here and click on the light, I can create a switch system and select a switch. There's only 1 light, so click here, come here and click on 1 light, switch system, edit switch system, because we want to add this light. Click on it. Let's select a switch. Switch for these 2 lights is right here, and finish editing system. Click on 1 light, switch system, edit, add this light to the system, select a switch, and these 2 lights will be controlled by this switch right here. Finish editing system. Once that is done, we can do the same on the second floor. I will not repeat it here just to save time. Thanks for watching.